Charlotte Hughes joins us for this. Now, this week's fact-checking focuses on a viral video clip. Some internet users claim it shows a group of Muslims threatening to burn churches in France.
That's right, Alex. In recent days, a string of English-speaking accounts on X have been sharing a clip they allege shows several Muslims threatening to burn down churches in France, including the Notre-Dame Cathedral here in Paris. In the video, we see three masked men speaking Arabic. They demand the release of Brahim Awissaoui, who killed several people back in 2020 in a knife attack in a church in Nice. So let's take a look at the video in question.
أخينا إبراهيم العيساوي إذا لم يتم إطلاق سراحه فإن غضب الله سيحل على شعبكم هنا في فرنسا ستحرق كنائسكم والقدس.
Now, if we zoom in a little bit closer to some of the details in this video, you'll notice that there are some blue and white logos on the sleeves of the men in the video. So this supposedly shows an affiliation with HTS. HTS, of course, being the Islamist militant group led by Syria's transitional president Ahmed al-Shara. Now, one of the accounts that shared this video is the pro-Trump account on X known as Right Angle News Network. This is an account with 260,000 followers. And as I was looking through the comments, I did see a range of responses, though I would say a vast majority of them were Islamophobic. And when I started looking into this post a few hours ago, Alex, at that present moment, it had 3 million views. And as of now, it has more than 4 million. So it is a video which is very quickly gaining traction. However, it is in fact completely staged. The men in the video have no affiliation whatsoever to HTS, so the threats are fake.
Tell us about how you reached that conclusion. Tell us more about the video.
So it's not the first time that this video has done the rounds online. Back in January, ultra-conservative ex-user Jim Ferguson posted this video and he claimed that it showed that there was a terror threat in France, and like the Right Angle News Network, he alleged that it was released by HTS. However, there are elements in the video that led our fact-checking team to conclude, as I say, that it's not legitimate and that it was not, in fact, released by HTS at all. The first element I want to highlight is that logo that we looked at earlier. We actually spoke to an expert on extremism at Oxford University. He told us that the people in the video appeared to have tried to copy the logo of HTS, but however, there are certain, it's far from identical and it does not resemble that, nor of HTS, nor of its allies. Secondly, we showed the video to Arabic-speaking journalists here at France 24, who confirmed that the men speaking in the clip have a very weak grasp of the Arabic language. Another thing that the journalists here at France 24 pointed out is that the men in the video do not speak with a Syrian accent, as we would be expecting if they were in fact members of HTS. Finally, very important to note that the video was not shared by any of the networks that HTS uses itself. Now, after looking at the clip, one of our journalists, Wasim Nasser, here at France 24, said, I quote, "Everything is ridiculous in this video that's making the rounds on social media. The content, as well as the Egyptian accent, the outfits, and the model that we can see here in the bottom right-hand corner. No HTC or HTS, or HTC as it's known as in France, is not calling for the liberation of anyone, and it's not threatening to burn down the Notre-Dame in Paris, Alex."
So if it's not genuine, where do you think it may have come from?
Well, it's actually very difficult, admittedly, to pin down the origin because the account that initially published the video has since been deleted. However, given the way the clip was later disseminated online, there are some signs to suggest that there was a pro-Russian origin. Among those who shared the video on X was this man here. His name is Che Bose. He's a journalist for the Russian TV network Russia Today, which is viewed as a propaganda arm for the Russian state. Several Arabic language websites, also shared the clip. Among them is this Egyptian website known as El Espoir. Our fact-checking team found that the site shared at least 2 pieces of Russian disinformation back in the summer of 2024. Now, moving on from its origins to how the video has come back to resurface, the timing is very interesting to look at, Alex. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of comments on the clip were Islamophobic, and it comes as several EU nations have reported a rise in Muslim hatred as well as anti-Semitism. ever since the Gaza war broke out in 2023. This according to the European Union Agency for Fundamental Rights. Just this morning, pigs' heads were left outside several mosques in and around Paris in what seems to be a coordinated anti-Muslim attack. More broadly speaking, according to France's Interior Ministry, anti-Muslim incidents in the country increased by a staggering 75% between January and May 2025 compared with last year.
Thank you, Charlotte. I hope some of the 4.6 million people watching that will have seen your analysis that it is indeed a total fake. It's time now for a quick break. Stay tuned to France 24.